The thing I would say is, when you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is. Your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side. That you can change it. You can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
So I hope you enjoyed this intro video, and I thought it was important to play this video on a number of fronts. One, I wish I had watched this video when I was young, maybe in my early on years, 16, 17, where I believed that things were so big that you couldn't, it was insurmountable to accomplish tasks, and you're questioning whether you have the skills and ability, and you're in that age where there's a lot of peer pressure and questioning, am I smart enough? Can I do this? Oh, others are bigger and smarter. And so I wish I watched this video in my early teens. And then I think to myself, wow, I wish I watched this video when I was 25 and 30, because that's when life starts to punch you in the face. You start to see, things happen to you, your family, maybe grandparents start, getting sick and ill, and you start, for the first time in your life, witnessing death and the challenges on that and how that affects your parents. And so 25, you're freshly out of university or college trying to figure out your way. And for many, you're in debt because you just went to university for four years. And so you're trying to contemplate that. And you might not be at the point in your life where you believe anything is possible. And then I think to myself, wow, okay, so then you kind of do what society kind of tells you to do. You got to find the love of your life. You got to get married and do that. And so you do that, and then the high of the buildup and the crescendo of getting married, and then you're married. The honeymoon's over, you're married. And for many people already laughing, you guys know how that goes. But you should not be laughing. I love my wife. I love my wife. So, honey, I know you're watching. So, but yeah, then the honeymoon's kind of over, and you're back, and life starts to really impact you, right? And it impacts you. Then, the natural progression, so to speak, not saying it's everybody's, but the natural is, the next question is, outside of when are you getting married, so you did that, is when are you having kids, right? You guys are getting older, you're not getting younger, and when you're having kids, and so when kids come around, that's a whole nother ball of wax that you have to deal with, and challenges and tribulations and tummy aches and sicknesses and challenges. And so I wish I watched this when I was 35, right? As I was starting my family. I started my family at 35 years old, a little late to the game, but I started at 35. I got a 7- and 4-year-old, soon to be 4. So those challenges are real. And now I'm 45, and I'm still watching this, and it's more prevalent than ever, because now you start seeing your own parents age. You start to see life differently. Life has punched you in the face. If you're lucky, by the way, you'll get a punch early on in your life. And it's a metaphorical punch, like you might have lost a job, you might have lost a parent to cancer, to leukemia, because these are all real things that happen to people. Your child might excel, or they might not. They might have learning disabilities. They may have, I don't know, a walking disability. Like, life starts to happen. So I'm happy that I'm watching this today. So wherever you are, and wherever you are in your life, I don't care if you're 16 years old watching this on YouTube because you stumbled upon it with our algorithm, or if you're in this beautiful audience, or if you're in LA, in New Jersey, in Atlanta, or you're in San Diego, or Colorado, or Hoboken, New Jersey, for God's sakes, on our team. There's something in this for everyone, and that's really why I wanted to paint this picture today, and I thought this video was so important, because it talks about one thing that I want to really bring to light. And before I do, I want to kind of tell you a little story. Last night, as I was preparing for the presentation today, as you all know, I take this immensely serious, because it's really my report card to all of you as a leader of this company. You know, where are we going? Why are we going there? What have we done? What have we accomplished? What do we fail to do? Because we do. We fail at times. We fall. We stumble. But more importantly, where are we headed and why? So my wife comes to me yesterday and she's like, how are you feeling? Are you nervous? And my first response was, no, I'm not nervous at all. And she said, well, that's because you've done many of these. And I said, no, it's actually, on the contrary, there's a lot of uncertainty in this world. There's a lot of uncertainty in the economy. You know, we're not 100% hitting all our numbers. I mean, there's stuff, right? I said, but I'm not nervous at all, because this is really me just sharing the amazing work that you have all done over the course of the last 125 days since we last met right here. And I think it's so important to host all hands meetings for a whole host of reasons, but it's to stop, pause, ingest, digest, and celebrate. Because I think we don't do that enough. I think we all, including myself, are guilty of, you know, just going head down. Okay, it's, I don't know, kids back to school. It's Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, boom, repeat. Like, that's just what we do as humans, right? I think what makes us very different is our all hands meetings. We stop, we talk about the things we've done. This is a great calibrator. We bring people together. We remind people of who we are. We remind the team of who we are. Believe me, when you leave this all hands meeting today, you will feel the renewed sense of purpose of who we are together as a team. I hope that something in here lights a flame inside of you that says anything is possible in life. And maybe that thing you've been putting off, you're going to say, I'm going to take that one step closer to achieving whatever that goal is. And so why I think this video is so important at all stages of life. And by the way, I think I first viewed this video maybe 10 years ago. And I played it at leadership conferences. I share it with my friends. Because the words that Steve Jobs said back then when he created that video, like, the world is a mess. I don't know about you guys, but the world is still a mess. By the way, it's always going to be a mess. It always has been a mess. But that mess that's out there, in many regards, is uncontrollable. And we consume that, and in many regards, it stops us from achieving whatever we want in our life. And so I hope during this pause of 2 hours, an hour and a half, whatever it may be, that you self-reflect on you and what you want for your life, what you want for your kids, what you want for your significant other, your parents, whatever it may be. But what is it for you? And yesterday, while my wife was talking about this, I became present too. I don't take enough time for me. Like, you guys know how much I love you. I focus on this business for growth and development for all of us, my family. But I put sometimes the Tony stuff to a side. And you probably all do it as well. We're selfless people. But I think today I want you to know that that's a choice. And so progress is a choice. Everything is a personal choice. You guys sitting here listening to me is a personal choice. You might think, well, but Tony, you know, I have to sit here, and because you told me I got to sit here, and there's good food, and so many other things. But the fact of the matter is, you could be focusing on what I'm saying, the words coming out of my lips, or you could be on your phone, or you could be in next week, and or you could be worrying about whatever else is going on in the world. So I kindly ask that for the next hour and a half to 2 hours, really play full out for you. Not even for me, for you. Because what I'm about to share with you can unlock things in your own life. And by the way, you don't have a second shot here. I don't care what you believe in, what your creed is. I firmly believe you got one shot at life. That's it, one shot. And you guys know I lived my life backwards. Do you guys know that? Yes, 45, 35 Thanksgivings left, 2,000 something weekends left, 340 months left. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, okay, cool. So just to keep context, so if you're older than me, you got less Thanksgivings. But progress is a choice, and even progress at this company is a choice. We could choose to do the status quo, hope and wish that everything out there works, that the economy fixes itself, that people magically want to buy more frames, that people for some reason are just going to pick up all our samples and call us in droves and say, we could think that, or we could be proactive. And we have been, and that's why I'm so excited. So when I told my wife, I'm not nervous at all, I'm super stoked to talk about the amazing things, because sometimes it looks like this. Enzo here in Toronto might be cutting, and he's cutting like a madman in a good way. And the pride he takes, and Ravi's moving product, right? He's ensuring that product is filled. And Shelly Powell, he's the only guy with 2 names. He's in LA, and he's ensuring that Colorado is moving and that we're funneling things. And Jesse's hobbling along and ensuring we're ripping files. And Rita and the girls and so many other people. And you guys just do this all day in, day out. And it makes a big difference. But sometimes we don't see that difference because we're in our micro. I want to bring us in the macro and really show us the culmination of us together, what happens when we come together, and the impact we're having on this world is phenomenal. So progress is a personal choice. Who agrees, by the way? You guys agree? Yeah, thank you. So I was at a leadership conference in California, beautiful state of California. We were in Ojai, California. Didn't know it existed, but it's a beautiful place. And as you guys know, every year I carve out a week a year to my development as becoming a leader. And so I take a week out, I go, and I'm surrounded by, similar to you guys, amazing human beings from all different walks of life, all different countries, all different creeds, all different businesses, and we mash together to become better leaders. Leaders for our companies, for our families, for our spouses, for our communities, right? It's amazing. And one speaker came out and says, hey, I just want you guys to know your company will go. Who wants their company to grow? And everybody like me, oh, I want my company to grow, right? And then he said, okay, great. Well, the only way your company will grow is if you grow first. So I think to myself, oh, like that one hit me. And so we want our family to excel, but sometimes we don't want to excel. We want to further our careers, but sometimes we don't want to further our skills. And so I'm on this journey of personal choice, right? I'm on this journey of, well, if it's all up to us, then what's stopping us, right? I'll tell you what's stopping us. Growth is a personal choice. Leadership is a personal choice. Teamwork, working as a team is a personal choice. I can't force you to work as a team. By the way, I can't force you to do anything. Forget about the laws. I don't care about the laws. I just care about the universal traits of I can't force you to work as a team. You either intrinsically believe in teamwork or you don't. And we'll try to coach, mentor, and train you up to working as a team. And if all other things are exhausted, then you're just not going to play with our company anymore. Not going to be on our team. It's pretty simple, right? But teamwork's a choice. Friendships are a choice. Who believes friendships are a choice? You've heard the adage, you can't replace your family, but you can pick your friends. Have you heard that? And they say pick them wisely. You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with every day. Okay. Show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are, right? That's a choice. It's all choice. Opportunity. The opportunities that show up in your life are a choice. Oh, Tony, life is hard and and there's things going on, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. Does that sound open to opportunities? Probably not. Success, ultimately, whatever you deem success, whatever success looks like in your life, all up to you. It's a choice. Now, you can walk around with a narrative like, I'm too old, I'm too small, I don't have the skills, I don't know this, I don't know a computer, oh, I'm here, and oh, my dad, and oh, my mom. You see what my mom did, that's why I can't do the computer. Like, what? And ultimately, your happiness is predicated on your choice. People think this happiness thing is like out there somewhere. When it hits me, I'll be happy. When I win the lottery, I'll be happy. You know, studies have shown when you win the lottery, you're more prone to death by like 10 times or something like that. Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Happiness is a personal choice. I tell my wife, it's not my job to make you happy. It's not my job. It's your own job. It's your job. It's my job. It's my job to make me happy. What's going to fuel me? And how I show up at this all hands meeting is my personal choice. I could show up here, you know, guys, we didn't do this. Blah, blah, blah. It's personal choice. But it relates to focus, and I'll get to that in a second. I heard this beautiful quote, where focus goes, energy flows. I'm going to say it again. Where focus goes, think of focus, your energy will go. Take a light. Take this light. If I come over here, I'm probably out of the light. Well, I'm in this light, but I'm out of the light. But the minute we shine a light on something, what happens? What happens? It comes into focus, and it becomes what? Brighter? Yeah. You imagine we focused on growth and development as a person? Maybe my health isn't my focus, but maybe my health should be my focus. I'm going to shine the brightest light on health from here on in till I am in the best shape and in the best health for my family, for myself, for my community, for my grandkids. So where focus goes, energy flows, but where energy flows, focus grows. It's beautiful, and it's all choice. So in that quote, in that short video that Steve Jobs, that video that we showed early on, I love it because it talks about understanding that you have like this proverbial finger that you can push something or you can hit something and something shows up. He didn't say, if you do it in this area with these people, then something. No. Push something. That something could be your health. That something could be, I want to learn a new skill to grow. I want to be the best leader possible. Press, and then watch something show up. That's a personal choice. Or you could choose to focus on what's happening in the world, right? So I gave up cable, I think I gave up cable 3 just before COVID. Not the greatest thing to do before COVID, but we had Netflix for the kids. But see, because the outside world's going to throw you images like this all day. Wars. But it's the truth. There's wars raging. You know, in different parts of, there's 2 wars raging. There's displacement of human beings. I don't care what side of it you're on. There's human casualties. And then countries openly declaring war on other countries. Like, this is happening as we speak. And by the way, it hits you on your phone all day, hits you on the TV at CNN when you're watching it, or breakfast television. Where's your focus, right? More so, we have homelessness on the rise, right? I went in downtown Toronto for a conference, and I didn't recognize the Eaton Center. And I grew up in this city. There are tents everywhere. Now, you can blame them. Look at these guys, people. They should, get a job. They're hurting in some way, whether it's mental health issues, or they're down on their luck, or they lost their job, something, right? We can point fingers at them, or we can figure out root cause analysis why they're there, but they're there. We have a rise. The recent studies showed that food bank usage is up over 50% from last year at this time. 50% people relying on food banks, right? That's what's in our face. We have protests on everything. I like chocolate ice cream. No, I like vanilla ice cream. No, I like I want this, free Palestine. No, we want this. Like, there are protests everywhere, and all you see is anger. Anger. You see people angry, right? Be careful what you choose to focus on. Then you're driving and you're seeing all these for sale signs and foreclosure signs and people losing their home. A dear friend of mine during COVID lost his job, had to sell his house. He didn't have a job. He didn't want to get immunized. Lost his job. Didn't happen here. Would never let that happen here. But he lost his job. Sell his house. Uproot his family. Move. It's real. We're seeing lawlessness out of control, both on both sides of the border. I don't know about you, but I can't get to a coffee shop or something, someone telling me their uncle's car got stolen. You know, a good night is if cars didn't get stolen. Like, it's ridiculous. We're talking about guys like this, Fed Reserve. We're going to increase rates. We're not going to increase rates. We're going to increase rates. We're going to, oh, and that's just, remember that focus ball? And guess what that causes, right? And then we're, you know, plagued with disinformation, fake news. We don't know what's real, what's not. Is that an AI bot? Is that not? Like, these are real things that are plaguing us. Now, I can't do anything about this. And here's the secret. You really can't do anything about this. You could choose to plug into this narrative and allow that to sink in or challenge that. Because even your own focus, your attention, where you put your eyeballs, what you consume, what you're listening to, will affect your life in some way, shape, or form. So focus is a personal choice. Success is a personal choice. And just before coming here, I put this slide in because I got it on my feed. I thought it was really cute. You know, we're like, that one string could be holding you back from living your best life. I don't know what that string is, but I've had that string at different parts of my life. I hope today this inspires you to get the proverbial scissors and cut that. And maybe you're wanting to get a career move here at Roma, and you're just scared about what that looks like. You're in the comfort zone. All you wanted to do was this, but really you wanted to do this. We're going to break that for you if you want. I'll give you the scissors, but you need to proverbial cut it yourself. I can't help you on that. But I want this in your head because this is the reality. This was me at 16 years old. This was me at 25 years old. This was me at 35. And by the way, it's not like it goes away. You get to this plateau and you're like, ooh, okay, this feels good. Okay, I feel good. And then you stay still. But then what's next for your life? And what's next for your life?